Bill keeps chugging along. Since last video, since last update, probably the most tedious part of any of these builds is painting, which I do it by hand, the rubbery part of the wheels. Put them on to see how it looks with the rest of the weathering, and it looks good. Maybe later I would highlight again with dry brushing, but also painted the metal parts on the driver and the idler wheels. Okay, these areas on the edge and here where the teeth are grinding the tracks, it would be bare metal. So I painted initially in a mix of gunmetal and chrome silver. Again, everything's Tamiya. And now I'm gonna go over it with just bare, straight from the bottle, chrome silver. Just to highlight. I like that mixture of a darker steel color and then dry brushing with a lighter, very, very slight. Just the chrome silver will look, I believe, will look too bright. So what I do is I just do a darker steel color and dry brush the silver, chrome silver. It's not a big difference really, but I think it makes it look a little better. Great to have these things turn when you're painting. Makes it so much easier. Let's get the one on the other side while we're at it. Don't have to be too precise here, you know, because if it's a little bit ragged, well, that's where some of the paint rubbed off and it'll look okay. Again, it's just bringing some highlight. Probably mentioned it before, and it won't be the last time I mention it, but I'm not too hot on the old 3D panel lines. These pieces are very nice, okay? 3D is what it is, but you know, you get these grainy marks that I could sure live without them. Okay, now did what I wanted to do. You almost can't even notice it, but it's very light dry brushing with buff to the edges. I just like how that looks. Touched it up a little bit here. Here I'll do those micro washes later. Here's the main idler. So now I'll start working on the tracks. figuring out, I know I have extra tracks. Have to figure out how many I have, because I'll be putting extra tracks on the superstructure. But first, of course, need to make sure I have enough tracks for both sides of the tank, and I'll also be painting them and dry brushing them. We'll get back to that next. So here we are working on the tracks, basically painting them with my shading color. Again, it's a very dark brown, half red brown, half flat black. That's the mix I use for shading, and it's the basic color for the track links. I had mentioned previously that I knew I had gotten extra track links for these upper areas of the vehicle. This is a tank that started being used in the summer of '41, but from other vehicles that I have, I can better display them as summer of '42. By summer of '42, they had added on extra tracks in many spots to have more armor. So I'll definitely add. When I look to see how many of these track links I had a whole bunch of them. I actually have enough for 2 tanks. I'm wondering if I ordered another set of tracks, thinking that I could adapt them to another vehicle or as spares. I still have a Stug 3 to build. On these, I put them on the paper towel here on my table, and then I spray from this angle, and then from the other angle, and then I twist them, and again, just to make sure that they're very well painted. Again, the track links are some of the best things in this vehicle. This is for the front glazes of the chassis. These are extra. It turned out, I'm still not positive, but it turned out that you need a 40, how many was it? 20, I counted them and now I can't remember, but this is the length for one side. I think it's 84 track links. So I first painted this other side. Now I'll dry brush with some dark metallic color. But before that, I'll do some oversprays with several colors just to, again, give the basic color some variation. I'll use a little bit of flat earth, a little bit probably of my 3-dot mix, which is 50% flat earth, 50% buff, and then I'll go with the metallic dry brushing, which will bring all this detail out very nicely on the tracks. Less so on this side because the rubber wheels are what go through here. More on that later.